If you want to do anything successfully, you must have clarity, isn't it?
This channel is about gaining clarity and providing action plan. The way to gain clarity is by going through mindfulness and logical thinking to produce action plan. This is why it takes longer time, because I need to explain to you, I need to tell you why I choose this topic and what are the obscurities. After going through the logical thinking and the action plan, I need to wrap up, reiterate the point and make conclusion. Making you understand takes time. Therefore, bear with me and watch to the end. The word today is driven by feelings and emotions. Most people talk about happiness or peace from the aspect of the personal viewpoints, theoretically or subjectively. I will talk about this happiness and peace on the basis of science, logically and objectively. At the end of this video, you will know the happy hormones in you, and you will be able to describe the peace condition in you. As a result, you will be able to leverage your happiness better and find your peace. Watch this video to the end to find out. This is stage 1. Stage 1 is mindfulness, describing the topic on the basis of facts and information. The topic today is happiness versus peace. What is the difference? Before we analyze the differences, let's find out what happens to our bodies when we are happy. First, when we feel joy, our body will release 4 types of neurotransmitters in our brain: dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphin. When something you perceive as happy happens, your brain receives this signal to release these chemicals into your central nerve system, which consists of your brain and your spinal cord. Perception includes the 5 senses: touch, sight, sound, smell, taste. It also includes what is known as proprioception, a set of senses involving the ability to detect the changes in body positioning and movements. This is the science of happy hormones. Let's move on to the logical thinking and action plan. Stage 2 and Stage 3, logical thinking and action plan. Look at this diagram. In Stage 1, we have understood that happiness begins with the perception of pleasure. And this pleasure triggers the happy hormones in our brain. And we have 4 types of happy hormones. Look at this diagram. In terms of peace, you cannot find it from this diagram. But for now, we will equate that to meditation. I will elaborate this later. On this basis, we can say that when you are happy, you may not have peace. But when you have peace, you are happy. What happened during the meditation? Take a look at this image. In this image, you can see how beta waves, shown in the bright color on the left, are drastically reduced during the meditation on the right. Alpha waves are your relaxation brain waves. Beta waves are the brain wave of your active thinking and learning, which means to say that during the meditation, it shows the increase in alpha waves and the decrease in beta waves. That is why meditation is recommended for reducing stress, because beta waves are the high frequency and the low amplitude brain cells that present during your awakened state. Prominence of this stress causes anxiety, high arousal, inability to relax, and stress. Whereas its suppression will lead to daydreaming, depression, and poor cognition. In a nutshell, all this means happiness is the hormonal function in your brain, and the trigger is the perception. That means logically, we need to find out how perception is formed. Theoretically, perception includes the 5 senses: the touch, the sight, the sound, the smell, and the taste. It also includes what is known as proprioception, a set of senses involving the ability to detect changes in your body positions and movements. Nonetheless, practically or psychologically, we need to add in a few more. Desire and perception. Because when we get what we desire and expected, we will be happy. What about core value and beliefs? When we see someone have the same core values and beliefs, we will be happy. Agree? Last but not least, characters. For example, for those people who are selfish and possessive, they will be happy when they get what they want, right? Now, we know what triggers happiness. Let's talk about peace. From this image, you can see how meditation relaxes the brain and have peace at mind level. I don't have to talk further about the brain. Instead, I should talk about the peace at the heart level. Logically, the key question we need to ask is, what is the condition in our heart when we have peace? In other words, how do we know that we have peace? What is it in our heart? The answer is, you will feel empty, quiet, but joyful. This is how you feel when you have peace. Your heart is empty, quiet, but you are so full of joy. Nothing can affect you. Nothing can influence you. This is not about physically being alone or in a quiet environment, because we can have peace in a noisy environment and in a crowd. And the emptiness is not about forming a vacuum in your heart and shut your heart off. Don't let anything coming in. This is not the case. Because if you do so, you will feel a void in your heart and you will feel lonely. This is what happens to people who are lonely, because they have a void in their hearts. Yes, peace is in the condition where your heart is empty. It's because you have given all to God. You have poured out everything in your heart to God by entrusting your entire being to God. It is the sense of holding nothing but having everything, because you trust that God's plan is above all. It's the best. It's beyond what you can imagine, although you don't know what that is. Here are the two key measures. Number one, if you are worried and holding any negativity in your heart, that means your heart is not empty. Second, if you don't have the sense of joy, it means you have not entrusted everything to God. The word peace does not appear in happiness because it is not in your brain. It does not trigger your happy hormones. It is in your heart, and it is so neutral that it does not trigger a spike. Now we have understood happiness and peace. Here are the action plans. Suggestion number one, memorize this diagram as a basic knowledge. Suggestion number two, understand that when there is a up, there will be a down. When you're happy, you know that it will end. Understanding this logic will help you better manage your happy hormones. Suggestion number three, to minimize the fluctuation of your happy hormones, is to work on your perception, your desire, your expectation, your core value, your belief, and your characters. About the peace, suggestion number one, don't try to understand peace because it is spiritual. You cannot gain spirit by understanding. You gain spirit by believing. Therefore, seek first your religious beliefs. Suggestion number two, if you don't have a belief and you don't want to have a belief, then you can seek peace in meditation, at least in your brain, at your mind level. In conclusion, here are the differences between happiness and peace. Number one, happiness is the spikes of happy hormones in your brain, whereas peace is in your heart, the neutral sense. Number two, happiness is triggered by your perception and others, whereas the state of peace, presence, after emptying your being. Number 3, happiness is being human at brain level, whereas peace at heart level is being spiritual. In summary, we have understood happiness and peace on the basis of science. We also have analyzed it logically and objectively. As a result, you should be able to leverage your happy hormones and seek peace. We have gone through mindfulness and logical thinking to produce action plans. This is the way I show you how to gain clarity via reflection process mechanism. I am Alicia Tay, the certified professional coach and HRDF certified trainer. If you need extra help, either one-to-one or in a group, please visit my website, jjecorporatepro.com. I will continuously going through some topics to help you gain clarity via reflection process mechanism. I invite you to think about this. Is it more important for you to get motivated and know what to do but don't know how to do it? Or is it more important for you to truly understand how to do it? Certainly when you know how to do it, you know what to do it, right? Remember this. When you understand, you will be clear. When you are clear, you will believe firmly. When you believe firmly, you will be committed. And when you are committed, you will be passionate. Commitment and passions are the two key drivers for persistency, perseverance, determination, etc. Watch out for my next video, Reflection Time with Alicia Tay. If you find this video is helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell because you will be notified when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.